Hello there. Today we're going to be looking at how to find the greatest common factor between two numbers using prime factorization. So before we get started, let's talk about what prime and composite numbers are, just so we can know how do we do prime factorization. We need to know these things. So a prime number, I'm going to give you an example of a prime number. A prime number would be something like 23. The reason why this number is prime is because the only two factors that I can use to make it is 1 and itself. I can't use 2 times 7 or 4 times 9. I can only use 1 and itself. Okay, so that's how I know it's prime. A composite number is kind of the opposite of what we would think of a prime number. It's something that has more than one way to get to the product. So for example, we can do 12. 12 can be multiplied by 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4. So it has more than one factor pair. Okay, so when we're doing prime factorization, our goal is to get each factor to its prime, like its prime position, right? We want it to be as close to a prime number as possible. It'll make sense in just a second. Let's start off doing this problem. So we have our greatest common factor. We're looking for the greatest common factor between 36 and 60. So the first thing that I'm going to do is make some little factor trees here. And I'm going to think about how can I make 36? Well, I know I can make 36 by 4 and 9, by multiplying 4 times 9. But 4 is not prime and neither is 9 because I can decompose it into some smaller numbers there. So I'm going to do that. 4, I know, is also the same as 2 times 2. 2 is prime because all I can use to make 2 is 1 and 2. So that's good. Now I'm going to look at this 9 here, and I need to decompose this to 3 times 3. That's also prime, so we're good. We're done with 36. So what I'm going to do is write my list of prime factors for 36. So I can see that it's these numbers here. Ooh, let's not use gray. Okay, it's all those numbers. So we'll do 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. I know I will have done it right if these numbers multiply up to 36. So 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 3 is 12, and 12 times 3 is 36. So I know that I got the right factors. Let's move over to 60. I know that 6 and 10 make 60. Both of these are not prime, so I'm going to go ahead and try to find their prime numbers here. 2 times 3, perfect. Those are both prime numbers. And 10 is 2 times 5. Let's make that look a little better there. Okay, both prime numbers. So these are good also. So I'm going to make a list using my prime factors. 2 times 3 times 2 times 5. Now, when we're looking for greatest common factor, we're looking for the factors that they share, the greatest one that they share. So I'm going to go through both of these lists and see what numbers do they share. Well, I can see that they share a 2, so I'll write a 2. I see they share another 2. I can see that they share a 3. And that's it. They don't share that last 3 or that last 5. So I can go ahead and multiply this out. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. So our greatest common factor between 36 and 60 is 12. Let's go ahead and try one more. So this one we have 63 and 42. So we're going to start off by finding our first factor pair. I'll do 7 times 9 over here. 7 is prime, 9 is not. So I'll break it down a little bit. Now they're in their most prime stage, right? State, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. But we have 7, 3, and 3. Those are our prime factors that make 63. Okay, so 63 is the same as 7 times 3 times 3. Now let's move over to 42. We'll do 7 times 6. 7 is prime, but 6 is not. We'll split that 6 up to their prime factors, and then we can go ahead and list them out. So 42 is the same as 7 times 2 times 3. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to compare between the lists. What do they share? Well, I can see they share a 7. I can see they share a 3. And they don't share anything else. That 2 and 3, that doesn't matter to us. So we're going to multiply 7 times 3. Our greatest common factor between 63 and 42 is 21. Hopefully that helps. Remember, the biggest thing is to just stay organized. Make sure you have all your prime numbers. List them in a row so that you can check between the two of them. I like to cross them off with a highlighter, or you can do it with a different colored pen, just so that you can see that you have marked down those ones already. Okay, and there also will be a video for least common multiples, so if you need some help with that, keep your eyes peeled. Least common multiple will be coming up.